Oh, I can't look naked. I do have clothes on. Let me just show you. I do have a top on, a dress on. It's just it's really hot here. Really, really hot. Um, it's really hot here. And the air is really warm. It's not cool air. So, um, oh God. I have a fan just here, just at the side of me. Oh, I might even stop spinning it. It's on spin. Just keep it where it's going to hit me. Here. Stop! Nice. I think it's around 39 degrees, I believe. I never check these things. I just know it's hot. The air is hot. So, welcome to the Thursday broadcast. So if you're new to watching me on YouTube, I do these online YouTube streams. I do them once a month on a Sunday, the last Sunday of the month. And then I also do a silent sitting meeting once a month on the second Sunday of the month. And that's not on YouTube, it's on Skype. And that's payable. I also do these Thursdays streams on YouTube, which are kind of like as I feel, so they're not as set. I don't always do them, but I generally do them on Thursdays as well. But I don't commit to them because I have lots of things going on with children and homeschooling and all the rest of it. So it's hard to commit to Thursdays, but I do generally do them on Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. So I'm next here, excluding Thursdays. I'm next here on the last Sunday. Is that this Sunday? I think it is. Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. God, I'm here on Sunday. I hadn't realised I was here on Sunday. I'm here on Sunday. I'm here on Sunday at 8:30. No, at 10 o'clock. Sorry, I'm really unprofessional. I'm here at 10 a.m. this Sunday for a live broadcast on YouTube. So welcome. So I'll introduce this topic. But I'll just sit here for a little bit and just let it come on its own when it feels to come. I'll just show you this thing as well. I meant to let me just. I have to get a new one. This is slightly ruined. It's an emotion wheel. You can see that it shows you what your emotions are. It's not a very clear picture. So you have happy, sad, angry, fearful, bad. In the middle, it leads on to other. So if you feel happy, you can feel playful, content, proud, accepted. Goes deeper and deeper into what you feel. So someone like me who has difficulty in labeling and naming how I feel, this is really helpful. You can find it on the internet. Emotion wheel, I think it's under. But yeah, they're really, really, really useful. Yeah. So what is today's title? Oh yeah, I remember. Where freedom is. I think where freedom is. And this brings me such joy to talk about where freedom is. Having been a looker for freedom for a number of years, to talk about it is kind of it's really joyful to speak about it. Where freedom is. And the reason why I feel it's joyful to speak about it is because it's instant. It's instant, the freedom. And so it's such a joy. It's not something that's strenuous and complicated or complex or difficult or takes time. I mean it seemingly can take time, this discovery of this, but it's the freedom was actually instantaneous. And that's why it feels so joyful. It's instantaneous freedom. So as a looker for freedom, there's a looking for freedom in your experience. So there's a looking for freedom in your life situation, your circumstances, in the appearance of life. There's a looking for freedom. A looking to find that rest, that arrival at this point. Are looking to find that expansion, that love, that sense of completion, that sense of wholeness. And that seems to be the only error, you could call it error, in the human experience. This sense of a separate looker, a separate sense of someone having a personal experience, and then deriving from that a sense of a seeking to find the end of that uncomfortability of being separate, trying to find wholeness through feeling incomplete, through feeling separate. There's a natural then seeking to find wholeness. So there's a sense of being trapped in that. I'm someone here who feels separate, and then I'm trying to find wholeness here also, in form, in things, in all that I know is this. And that's the dilemma or difficulty for that sense of someone, that seeker trying to find wholeness in form, trying to find wholeness as a personal experience, as a personal attainment. It can't be found. You can't find that love you long for. You can't find that rest you long for. Because this is a moving, temporary experience. An experience of form, seeming form. And this idea of you, this idea of someone, is also a form appearing. It's a form appearing, believing itself to be the ultimate experiencer, believing itself to be the looker of this, the thinker of this, the feeler of this. So what this message is speaking about is not something in that reality, not something separate in that separate reality of someone. It's speaking impersonally about something beyond this form reality, this dream-like reality, something impersonal, which is free, unbounded, uncaged to form. But as it's uncaged to form, it doesn't belong in form, this form reality. This sense of a person, this sense of a seeker can't 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 get hold of it. It can't have it as form. And it's trying to find a form to feel complete. But it tries to make nothing into a form, an idea, a belief it can have and hold on to. But that idea of nothing is another form appearing that you know and you have and you can work with and try to get and keep hold of and argue about, and it's another form appearing that this isn't nothing, it's a thing, an idea appearing. What's being spoken of can't be an appearance in this world of a human being. It can't be an appearance of form. Then it will be caged and limited, it will die, it will change. This can't be that. It can't be a thing. So it can't be used by that person. And that's the frustration of the seeker. It can't use this. It can't make it into a thing. It tries to, but that will never be it. It will always be a frustration, trying to contain nothing into a thing, into an idea. It will never do it for you. So this is a waking up of that which never slept, which never went into form, was always free. That which allows all form to appear and disappear, unaffected, unbleached, untarnished, unchangeable, and yet all appearances are it, all changes are it, but it itself can't be found in those changes, in those movements. What a beauty. So in this, the human plays, in this movement plays. But a change happens where that change no longer equals someone, no longer equals a you. What you are is never changing. So this is a non-personal waking up. Which is impossible for the mind to grasp. Suddenly feel really tired. The heat's just hit my head. I feel quite tired. Okay, I feel a bit dried out now, so I'll just see if there's any questions on Skype. Let me. Hmm? So feel free to send any questions you might have on Skype. I am now online on my phone. Is it charged? Yes. Distracting and have a distracting screensaver on my desktop. Hypnotizing. So this is it. This is it. It can seem kind of crazy when it's like when there's these awakenings that this is it. We've been so identified with the pull of the mind, the pull of imagination. This pattern of seeking in time, like something's better is going to come in time, and working to a future point that's better than what's happening. Such a strong pull or habit in humans, that way of identifying with thought. So it can sound crazy to hear that this is it. This is it. And it can be not believed because there's still a belief in the ideas of the mind, suggestions of the mind. And this isn't about rejecting or stopping the mind from functioning. The mind is the mind. It's a tool, a creative tool. But it's like the mind's no longer in charge, or the mind's no longer the dominant factor. Like it's a part, but it's not the be all and the end all. Whereas before, the mind was like the center of state was the mind. It filled the whole screen. The mind was important, and what it was saying was true and extremely important. The mind or thought appears in this. It appears in this. And that's a radical thing, actually. That's quite a radical thing to realize that the mind, thoughts appear in this. They're an appearance. Whereas before, thoughts were everything. thoughts were everything. There's identification with thinking, with thoughts. And it seems as if in awakening, it's a space is created. There was a prizing off of the attachment to thinking, to thoughts. And thoughts are just arising like everything else is arising. That story of you, that monologue of you, is an appearance. It isn't a reality. It isn't someone sitting here. It's just bubbling up. What a difference. What a difference. Rather than that being who you are, that being the one who's sitting here, this story of you is sitting here in this body. That story of you is an appearance appearing, and you aren't limited or contained to that image, to that sense of a body, to that sense of an idea of someone. You don't have a border. You are limitless. And yet, an appearance of a body, an appearance of thoughts, ideas, appears. The body is acted out. Its preferences, its ways of being, learning new information, growing, changing, crying, laughing, anger, all acted out. no longer leading to fulfillment in time, just a spontaneous acting out, a spontaneous happening. So we have no questions this evening. Um, I've really enjoyed sharing this evening. I'm back on Sunday at 10 a.m. UK time, so you can join me then. Yeah. Bye. Bye.